Hello, hi, I'm Eddie Obeng. Just escaped from the gym. You're not supposed to notice I haven't shaved. So this is how daily I bring you a different way of making things happen. And not shaving is quite important because today's pet people engagement tool is called Expectations Mirror. So when I look in the mirror, I will realize I haven't shaved. I'll go, oh my goodness, I did the How podcast without shaving. Anyway, so here we are with me out of the gym. Let's jump onto Cube and let's see what we can find. How about that? So here we are on Cube where, as you know, the sun is always shining. This is the cubicle where we planned the launch of my last book, All Change. We're very trendy and cool. Look, we've got a bicycle, a penny farthing, no less, hung up on the wall. That's a bit like if you followed my pets, you'd have come across the one where I talk about Ideal having the bicycles on the wall. Anyway, this is the board which we use for planning everything. This is the origin story of the previous book. So I explain a little bit about myself over here, and then I explain a little bit about, how my book All Change, which became like a global bestseller, how it came to be because it was in the Sunday Times on the same weekend as Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher was kicked out of power. And then I tell all the story about how one of my clients said, we want perfect projects. So this is the story behind the book. So this is how we were doing the planning for, trying to animate it. But we're not here for that today. What we're here for today is the expectations mirror. Let's have a look. Has it ever happened to you that you've agreed something with someone, you've both said, yes, yeah, let's get on with it, and then afterwards you've clashed? It could be a colleague at work, it could be your other half at home, it could be your kids, it could be anyone, but it's so easy to misunderstand. And so expectations mirror is a very simple way of making sure that you line up so that we figure out how we're going to work together and we work together effectively. Come in a little bit closer. So I've got 3 images on here. The first one is this one, which is really just a joke. 2 groups of workmen arguing because they've got it wrong. This one here is the ability to look and not see what's there. So this pawn is seeing the whole of the world. And then this one here is when you misunderstand the risks to you when you're doing something. So let's look at expectations mirror. It's a very simple pet, as in easy to use when you fill it in yourself, but hard to use when you're with other people because you have to go through a process. Step 1, get 2 copies of the expectations mirror. What's on this expectations mirror? Up here, you have what we call hard deliverables. So these are things which are like the task and the activities and stuff like that. Down here, we have the soft stuff. So hard here, soft here. On the left, whoever has the sheet writes down what they want. So the primary things they want, the secondary things, and the non-negotiables. Okay, I have only written as an example just one of them, but also write down here what you want the other person to provide to you. So this will be the other side, and probably the non-negotiables they have to contribute there. Ignore this end here for a second, and let's see what we have. So this would be, for example, for name A, and they would say, well, what I want is, I want the design of a 3-hour session. I'd like you to deliver on time. I would love to have regular updates with you and bring to the whole problem a positive mindset. So that's what name A comes up with. Meanwhile, at the same time, name B is also filling theirs in, and they've come up with things like, this is from their point of view, obviously, ensure the budget is met, or 3-hour design, curiosity and questioning of the design, and openness and honesty. So as you can see, we have a mismatch in terms of the expectation mirrors. Now, if you were going to work together, what you probably do is you probably take this one from this person here and that one from that person there, and you'd start comparing them. So you go, okay, so let's have a look. I want a 3-hour course design from you, and you want a 3-hour course design from me. Isn't that just marvelous? Control C. Let's have a paste. We'll stick it here as stuff which we both agree on. Yay! Okay, then let's have a look at the next box. So that will be him, that one for him, that one for the other person. This one says on-time delivery. That one over there says ensure the budget is met. So if we were summarizing, we'd probably say here there's a conflict on what the priorities are. Priority is cost or time. Okay, so now you know what you're going to fall out over. And then you just repeat the process. So for name A, we've got regular updates, but for name B, we have openness and honesty. Okay, that's probably a bit of a surprise. So you probably want to say something along the lines there of make sure we have ensure open, honest reviews with fun. I'm just joking. Okay, so that might be what you put there, and so on and so forth. So you can quickly see how by creating two different views, yours and the other person's, you can actually have a look and align them. If it's a team of people, do exactly the same thing and just go through slowly each time just to make sure there's clarity with what everyone's expecting. So that really is the expectations mirror. It's a way to look at yourself, but look at the other person at the same time and figure out what each of you brings to the party as a trade. That's been how to stop conflicts. There is a quick guide. There's always a quick guide. There is the newsletter. You can always subscribe. You'll get more. And I've been Eddie Obeng. Thank you.